What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys the best jump shots for literally every build, every height, every 3-point that you can have in 2K25. So I'm going to be showing you guys multiple jump shots for every height. That way, if you have a lower 3-pointer or a higher 3-pointer, you're going to be covered with this video. But real quick, man, before we hop into this, make sure to like, subscribe, turn the post notifications on. We're on the grind to 75,000 subscribers, and you guys can help us get there. But hey, man, without any further ado, without any more talking, let's jump right into this. But let me know in the comments what other videos you guys want to see. All right, now the first jump shot I'm going to show you guys is for small guards. It is going to be for builds that are under 6'5", and this particular jump shot is for builds that have a higher 3-pointer. The base you want to go with is Kyrie Irving. Now you guys can just look at the ratings. They're really good. The release height is good, the defensive immunity is good, and the release speed is very quick. Now for upper release one, you want to go for Oscar Robertson. Oscar Robertson, people have used for years, is very good. It's easy to see the cue for when to time the jump shot. The time and stability is good this year. It is just a very reliable release to use. And now for release 2, you want to use Anthony Simons. And the reason for that is because this is going to help make it one of the fastest jump shots that you can use in 2K25. And as a guard, you want to be able to get your jump shot up as quickly as possible, so the defense isn't able to contest you. And now for the blending and release speed and all of that, what I like to do is I like to put the visual cue right before the R in release. It just makes it a lot easier to time. It makes it quick. It makes it easy to see the visual cue. That is just the best place to put it, in my opinion. For your release speed, like I said, you want to make this jump shot as fast as possible. So we're just going to max that out. And you guys can see it fully maxed out the release speed in the bottom right corner. And now for your animation blending, you want to go 80% Oscar Robertson and 20% Anthony Simons. So if you're a guard under 6'5" with a mid-ranger 3 above 90, this is the jump shot you want to go with. Now if you're a guard under 6'5" with maybe a lower 3-pointer, this is the jump shot you want to use. Now for the base, you want to go with Jacoby Walker. And the reason we're going with this, the release height is good, the defensive immunity is pretty good, the release speed is a little bit low, but with our releases, that's going to go back up. But the main reason we're going with it is because you only need a 76 mid-range or 3-point to be able to use this base. Now for upper release 1, you're going to want to use LaMelo Ball. The release height, not too good, but we did get the good release height from the base we just put on. Our defensive immunity is an A-, and our release speed on this one is a B+. And so as you can see in the bottom right, that already brings up our release speed quite a bit. And now for upper release 2, once again, what we're going to do is we're going to go with Oscar Robertson. Release height B, defense immunity A-, release speed B, A+ timing stability. And once again, this has been used by so many people in so many different 2Ks, and this year it holds up as well. But now for the release speed, animation blending, visual cue, all of that, what we're gonna do is we're gonna put our visual cue right around push. That's just the best place that I found to use this jump shot. For our release speed on this one, you could either go 3/4 of the way or you could just max it out. In my opinion, I like to max it out just so it's as fast as possible. Especially when you're a guard, you're definitely gonna want that. But maybe if you have a lower 3-point, you want to make sure you got to set your feet and all of that. 3/4 of the way is more than enough, and that'll definitely do the job well. So yeah, you could go 3/4 or all the way. And your animation blending, you're actually just gonna leave it at 50-50. That is the perfect blend that I found for this jump shot. Now for the jump shots for 6'5" to 6'10" builds, once again, we have two. We have one jump shot for the higher 3 points in mid-range, and we have one jump shot for the lower 3 points in mid-range. We're gonna start out with the higher one, and the base you want to start out and use on this jump shot is gonna be Taurean Prince. Once again, you get a good release speed with a B+, and everything across the board is actually just very good. You get a B release height, defense immunity is a B-, and a B timing stability. So this is a great base and a great starting point for this jump shot. And now for release 1 on this jumper, you're going to want to use Malcolm Brogdon. His release height isn't as good, but the defensive immunity, release speed, timing stability are all incredible. At A-, and A, this is going to make the jump shot a lot faster and very easy to time. And now for release 2, one of the greatest shooters of all time, we're going to be using Kevin Durant. It's one of my favorite jump shots in the entire 2K game. Doesn't even matter what year it is, but you guys could just see the stats. they're still very, very good. And now for the visual cue, release speed, and animation blending, once again, we're gonna put our visual cue right on push. In my opinion, it's just the best place to use it, but if you want to switch this up, you definitely can. Your release speed, obviously, we're gonna max this out so it's as fast as possible. And our animation blending is gonna be 37% Malcolm Brogdon and 63% Kevin Durant. So if you're a build that is 6'5" to 6'10" with a mid-range or three-pointer over 84, this is definitely the best jump shot that you can use. Now, if you have a build that is 6'5" to 6'10", but you have a lower three-pointer mid-range, this is going to be the jump shot that you want to use. Starting off with the base, you want to go with Jalen Tyson. It gives you an A+ release height. Defense immunity is a B. Release speed is a D, but that'll go up once we change our upper releases, and our timing stability is a B-. And the main reason that you want to go with this is obviously the attributes on it are really good, but you only need a 77 mid-range or a 77 three-point to be able to use this jump shot. So this jump shot is going to be absolutely perfect for all the people that might have lower attributes on their build. Now for upper release 1, we've used this in like almost every jump shot we've made today. We're going to go with Oscar Robertson. Release height's good, defense immunity is good, release speed is good, and time and stability is good. And as you can see, that already brought up our release speed quite a bit. And with our next release, it's going to go up even more. This is just a very good jump shot. People have used it for years, and even this year, it is still incredibly good and easy to time. And now for upper release 2, you want to go with Charles Bassey. Release height is B-, defense immunity is a D-, but we already got that pretty high from our lower base and our upper release 1. Our release speed is going to be a C, and our timing stability is going to be a C-. And the main reason that I went with this release is just because it makes it very easy to time with this jump shot. The release cue is very easy to see and makes it a lot easier to actually time and make your jump shot. But now for the visual cue, release speed, and animation blending, what I do is I set my visual cue right around the middle of push and release, maybe a tiny bit closer to the push side. For the release speed, obviously you're going to want to max this out so the jump shot is as fast as possible. You can see the release speed is going to be an A on this jump shot. So even though you're 6'5" to 6'10", and even though your mid-range and three-point might be a little bit lower, you're still going to get a very fast jumper on this build. And now for the blending, you want to go 60% Charles Bassey and 40% Oscar Robertson. Like I said, once again, that is mainly because this makes it very easy to see the release cue and all of that, and just makes it very easy to time your jump shot when you're shooting. Now for center builds, this is what I normally play, so I can vouch for these jump shots as some of the best jump shots that you could possibly use in 2K25. So all of these jump shots are going to work for builds that are 6'10" and taller, and this first one is going to be for the slightly higher 3 points and mid ranges. And so for the base on this jump shot, you want to go with Jonathan Isaac. As you can see, the release height is very good at an A, defensive immunity is an A, release speed is a D+, but once again, that is going to go up once we put on our upper releases, and our timing stability is going to be an A-. So basically with that release height, you're already a tall build. Nobody is going to be able to contest your shot. And now for upper release 1, this is a classic in 2K. So many people have used this for many, many years. Our release 1 is going to be LaMarcus Aldridge. Release height is going to be a C, but once again, we already had like an A+ with our base, so that is no problem. Defense immunity is a B+, release speed is an A-, making this jump shot very fast, and our time and stability is going to be an A. So the release cue with this release is very easy to time, and then all of the stats on it just make it even better. And now for the upper release 2, we're going to go with Franz Wagner. And the main reason for this is because it's going to make our jump shot even faster than it already was with that A- release speed. And paired with LaMarcus Aldridge, the release cue to time this shot is so easy to see. It just makes it so much easier to time every single time you shoot, whether it's off the catch or off the dribble. Now for the visual cue, release speed, and animation blending, we're going to start out with the visual cue. I like to put this right past push, right around there. And for our release speed, I just max this out. Obviously, you're going to want to make this as fast as possible. It is completely filling up that release speed in the bottom right. And for your animation blending, you're actually going to end up going 11% LaMarcus Aldridge and 89% Franz Wagner. This is just going to make the jump shot even faster, making it impossible for anyone to contest your shot. shots and making it a lot quicker for you to be able to get them off before they can even get there. Now, if you have a build taller than 6'10", but maybe a lower mid-range or a lower three-point, the base you want to put on is going to be O'Shea Brissett. You can actually use this base on builds that are 6'5" and taller, and I've used this jump shot on my 7-foot ISO build since the start of 2K25, and it has never failed me. I shoot like 65 to 70% from the three. This is just one of my favorite shots to use in 2K25. So the base is going to be O'Shea Brissett, and our release one is going to be Larry Bird. I know not too many people use Larry Bird anymore, but trust me on this one, this jump shot is absolutely perfect. And while the release speed might be a little bit lower, it definitely will go up once we add our upper release 2. But with this, you get an A+ defensive immunity and A+ timing stability. And I'm gonna tell you guys right now, I shoot over so many defenders just because of that defensive immunity. They might get a hand up, but their contest does not matter. I'm able to green it every single time. And now, just like the last jump shot, we're also going to be using LaMarcus Aldridge. People have used it for years, so many different 2Ks, and it just holds up every single year. It is a very reliable jump shot to use. And once again, the release cue is just so easy to see. It makes the jump shot so easy to time. And once again, our release speed is going to be an A- with this. So it makes the jump shot a lot faster. Now, for your visual cue, release speed, and animation blending, it is kind of up to you. But what I like to do is I like to put the visual cue just before push. This makes it feel a little bit quicker for whenever you're releasing it. And in my opinion, it's just the best place to put it for me. It just makes it very easy to time this jump shot. But if you want to switch this up a tiny little bit, you absolutely can to your liking. And your release speed, you're going to want to max this out. You want this jump shot to be as fast as possible. I know it might look like it's on the slower side just because the release speed is at a C-, but when you're using it and when you get used to it, I promise it isn't that slow. But now for the blending, our release speed is actually going to end up going up because we're going to set the blending to 80% LaMarcus Aldridge and 20% Larry Bird. So the release speed already goes up because of that, all the way up to a C-. And I'm gonna just tell you guys once more, please just trust me when I say to try out this jump shot. It is definitely the best jump shot to use on tall builds that are 6'10" and up in 2K25. But hey man, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe, turn the post notifications on. And if you guys want the best shooting settings to use and want to learn how to rhythm shoot in 2K25, click the video on the screen.